still watching Midday Live, and we're looking at one of our headline stories. Today we're focusing on small arms. That's it. We have it here. And a report from our source, which is the Ghana National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons. They conducted a research and report in 2004, and according to them, there were 220,000 weapons in civilian hands. That was in 2004. Another report by the police service indicated that in 2011, those who had registered their weapons stood at about 5,000. Total arms in circulation in Ghana as of now is at 225,000. And like I did mention, we're looking at small arms, and the Ghana National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons is embarking on a nationwide exercise of marking weapons. The National Commission on Small Arms has begun a nationwide exercise to mark all weapons of various security agencies. Now, the exercise, which started with the military, will be extended to other security agencies such as the police, prisons, immigration, and custom exercise and preventive service. We'll be looking at more after this break. Don't All right, you're welcome back. It's still Midday Live. And before we went on that break, I was telling you more about small arms. And in this afternoon in the studio, I do have Eric Dagadu. He is the head of public relations of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for making time this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
In 2004, you did conduct a research on small arms. And last year, December, like you were telling me off air, you did conduct another research. What is the situation on the ground? Is it really alarming?
Well, yes, like you rightly said, in 2004, a baseline survey was conducted, and it was realized that we had about 220,000 weapons in the system. But from 2004 to now, I mean, that's been about 10 years. And so we didn't really know the true picture on the ground. So the Small Arms Commission, in collaboration with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, of course with support from the UNDP, conducted another survey. In fact, that was conducted in December last year, where we conducted a survey in about more than 100 districts across the country. We're still putting a report together, and that will give us a clear picture about the true situation on the ground.
But 10 years, obviously, the number would have gone up.
Most definitely, of course, most definitely. I mean, with the local manufacture of arms and the fact that some arms have also found their way into the system, most definitely the numbers would have increased, yes.
And even before we touch on today's main issue, which has to do with the registering of arms, the exercise you're doing, the marking of arms. I know some time ago you started an exercise where you asked people to bring their arms in voluntarily.
Yes, that was done specifically in Boku, because of the arms situation.
Did it help?
Well, of course, it did help to some extent, but you know that, I mean, in resolving situations on the ground like that, you need a multiplicity of, strategy. And the gun amnesty program was one of the things that the police, initiated, where people who had guns were asked to voluntarily, submit those guns. And to some large extent, yes, it did help, yes.
And these local manufacturers are still in business?
Yeah, of course they are, but the issue is that because the law does not permit them, in fact the law says that if you want to manufacture any weapon, you have to seek permission from the Minister for Interior. But as it stands now, at least before I got to the studio, nobody has applied to the Minister for Interior.
Do they even understand that you're supposed to do this?
Well, that's another. We have been doing a lot of public education, because we know that the manufacture of guns predates the colonial time. I mean, this has been the gun culture has been with us for a very long time, except that nowadays it has degenerated into something where people are taking advantage of the situation to commit crimes with those guns that are manufactured locally. In fact, the police statistics says that about 80% of guns that are found at crime scenes are locally manufactured. So that is what has made the situation a bit alarming. And the commission on its own is embarking on a program where we are thinking of urging these blacksmiths to see whether they can redirect their artisanal skills into something more profitable other than producing this this gas.
Now I just have 2 minutes to end this interview, but focusing on today's issue that has to do with marking of arms of the various security agencies. Are you just embossing them? What is the process like?
Yes, the process is very simple. What we're trying to do is to engrave, especially on the metal part of the weapon, some unique coding system, which is peculiar to Ghana. In fact, this unique coding system was agreed upon by the ECOWAS and its member states in 2011, where they decided that each country should have a unique code, so that at any point in time that any weapon is found, for example, that has been pilfered from any security agency, you can then trace where the weapon is coming from, you know, so that we cannot have a situation where weapons will be diverted from state armories to commit a crime, and then we wouldn't know where such weapons are coming from.
But how effective would this be? Because if an armed robber is arrested, and yes, it had been marked or embossed on or registered, and he's found with a gun illegally, how are you going to connect to know that it's from this person or that person? That's how come he or she got it? Yes,
now we are starting with the military. And then, like you rightly say, it will be extended to the various security agencies. So when such a gun is found, the inscription on the gun will be captured in the software. You know, we have created a database where whatever we emboss on these guns will be captured in the software. So at any point in time that the gun is pilfered, we can just trace it to our software and see where the guns is coming from. For example, the military has their own unique coding system. The police would have their own unique coding system. Same with the SEPs and the immigration and as well as the prisons. Absolutely. So at any point in time that any gun is found, you look at the embossed number, the security features, and you know that, well, this arm is coming from the military, and then you can begin to act.
How long will this project take?
Well, it's in phases. We're starting with Greater Accra, and we hope that in the next 5 years we should be done. Then we'll come to the civilians as well. So it's a long-term project, really.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I have been speaking with Eric Dagadu, and he is the head of public relations of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons. It's still Midday Live. Don't go away.